I think it's the community advisor is like a bridge, and the people from the other side of the river, and the NDIS is on the other side, and we, the bridge, help them to go across.
The training was so fantastic, and I learned a lot from it. So I know what is the National Disability Insurance Scheme is.
It's really like make me happy myself and be proud, I can help the community, just give the information. When we starting to do this project, I feel very happy to talk to my community.
When you looked at those special need groups, for example CALD and the Aboriginal groups, the demographic profile wasn't meeting the participant profile. So we knew we weren't actually, people of CALD background weren't accessing the scheme. And then we thought, well, not necessarily the answers are with us, but the answers are with the communities themselves. So why don't we bring them in?
It is really about reciprocity, that we are not just sharing information about the NDIS, about Ability Links, Multicultural Disability Advocacy Association. We're also hearing from communities as well, and we're creating a two-way dialogue.
So basically, it really started over a cup of coffee and a conversation. It became quite evident that each community deals with disability in a very specific, very individual and very careful way. And the fact that some cultures see it as being a curse or a shame on the family, or they won't access support because it's their responsibility.
It is hard to face that your kids might have an issue that probably a disability. Especially in my culture, we think that is it's a shame thing.
It's so important, especially the African people. They don't pay attention to people who have got a disability. If you give birth some kid who have got a disability, they start call you the name. Maybe these people, they have got bad luck. Maybe these people, they are witch. That's why God punishing them to have someone who have got disability a lot. From now we know it's not mistakes. Somebody who have got a disability, then they say we have got the same right like other people in communities. Yeah, it's really helpful for the others, especially in our community, Filipino, because in our country we can't get help like this.
They have the knowledge of who may need these kind of supports. They know where people live, they have relationships with them already. They are experts within their own communities.
Yeah, I'm very proud of that, because when you are living in a society and then you are not contributing anything, you are nothing. My community is not too big, so I'm able to visit individual people and then we talk as we are talking just right now. This is a start, and now we want even more training. We want more training so that we can just continue to support people.
When I think about some of the groups that we've been working with, and they tend to be refugees, and you think about their resilience and the transition they had to make in their lives to leave their home country, resettle, set back up again, establish themselves. You'll find that within communities there are certain people that will always rise to the top and lead. And if you can identify those key people, they're able to bring the rest of the community along. And it's all about empowerment, putting it back onto the people themselves to care for their own families and their own communities.
My name's Jing. I'm from China. I've been here in Newcastle for 10 years already, and I'm a school teacher. Before I joined this group, I didn't know much. The only thing I know people can get help from, or people can get help from, is the Centrelink. After joining this group, I understand more about what is a disability and what is NDIS.
I use Chinese social media WeChat, and we have a mothers group, so we usually mention this kind of information in there, and also have a Chinese community. We say things like that as well.
I think in our cultural group, probably as the advisor, people more like comfortable to talk to people like us because we have similar cultural background, and so I think it's important. And also, if I go to any Chinese community, like a New Year party, Chinese New Year party, or Chinese Moon Festival, like there are a group of Chinese people, I will talk about this project to them. So the language barrier is the biggest thing from my point of view. For example, I know some moms, their husband work in like a university, but they like came with a husband. They didn't have education, didn't have schooling in Australia, so they don't have much English. For this kind of situation, they need them like us, advisors, to talk to them in our language.
So in my 8 language I speak Swahili, French, Kirundi, Kinyarwanda, Kinyarwisha, Kiganda, and Kitoro. It's very important to speak to people sometimes to their own language, because they feel free to talk to you.
This project, the community advisors really help the people, because we learn how to help the people, to give some advice. Like especially that small organization or some resources, the one that didn't know before, that we can help to look after people with disability, like ability links, MDAA, because the only thing I know NDIS, but I have no idea what's the meaning, what's the help they can get at NDIS.
I wish this program you can go to different community, because our community, we can understand each other language, we can talk.
I think that it's helped some people see that they have strengths, they have rights, they have capacities that are really needed for their community. I've observed just the confidence starting to grow in some people who perhaps were quite shy at the beginning of the workshops. It takes time to build that confidence and those relationships, but if we give the time to invest in these communities, we will get results.
You may understand it changed a lot, because I know now people who have got a disability, they have got like other people. They have got special needs because of according to their disabilities, and they are not alone. They have got people who can support them, help them to improve, to become independent, and to achieve good outcomes like other people's.